Okay, guys, how we doing today?
Click the videos. Click the videos.
Fab Studios presents Figure Action. That one's me.
Dave, is your neck going to be all right there?
And that is why you don't have children.
Oh my god!
Why you don't get a neck installed made by medical.
Dang.
What's
That's a
going
cool
on,
joke.
everybody?
I love that kid.
And a very happy birthday to Kira.
Yep. Happy 8th
AKA
birthday.
that kid.
Happy 8th birthday, beautiful.
What's going on, everybody? It's
Might need that
Thursday.
kidney later.
It's 9 o'clock. And if you're watching us here live, we are Figure Action. We're a collector's podcast. And if you're watching us here live on YouTube, really important, pop into that live chat over there where we love our audience. We love to hear from you all through the course of the show, highlight comments, and include you all on our discussion topics. And then if you are watching us live or after the fact, make sure you kielbasa slam that like button because it really helps us out. If you're not already, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell so you can see when we come out with additional content. Anyway, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We didn't do a third-party roundtable over the weekend, so we're going to cover some of that tonight for anybody who wouldn't hear our thoughts on the panel. But really, we're just going to go over what we thought was the best or the most worthy of discussion. Anyway, let's find out how everybody's doing tonight. Starting off with Matt Partsformer. Matt, how the hell are you? And did you get anything cool this week?
Oh, you started with me this week. I feel so special. Thank you.
That's
a lie.
We can tell you for special.
I've been better. I've not had the best week, but I won't get into all that. The week is over and we can move on. As far as my haul, I got a lot of stuff this week. It was a collection of boxes from Nate's Toys and Collectibles and from BBTS and Amazon, kind of all hit at once as they tend to do. It's funny because you can pre-order most of this stuff like months, if not a year away, and they'll all converge on the same date. At least that's the way it always seems to happen to me. So I got a bunch of Earthrise stuff. So I won't talk about all that because that's pretty standard. So what I did was actually went on the Figure Action Instagram account and posted my haul. So if you want to see it in detail, I posted a picture of it.
Ooh, that's efficient.
That is efficient. I'll hit upon some of the high points here. So I did get 52 Toys Beast Box. I got 3 of them. This here is the lobster / crayfish. His name is Trident. This is the crab featured in T-Man's review he released today. So if you want to see that one in detail, check out his channel. And then this is the bird whose name is Echo Blaster. And he is the best one by far that I've picked up, in my opinion.
One could say he is the word.
He is. There are words written on him, too. So if you want to know what this word is written on the back, pick him up.
It's the bird.
In fact, if he were smart, he would put them in his T-Amazon shop and post them. Thanks also to Nate's Toys and Collectibles. I got my pair of squishy boobs. So there's that. So I've spent a little bit of time with her, and she's great. But what's taken most of it is not the chick with the boobs, but rather the dude in the skin tight outfit. Thank you. This is the amazing Yamaguchi All Might that just came out. Thank you, Nate's Toys and Collectibles. This is in my running as one of my favorite figures of the year.
We got to. I mean, it's almost November. We're gonna have to
start
thinking about that. Yeah.
So this guy is fantastic. He's not without his drawbacks. So I won't get too much into it. But if you don't like Yamaguchi joints, Revoltech joints, this guy's full of them, and he does have gaps and kind of weird, depending on how you pose him. But, I mean, he's All Might. He's huge. He's got these big, bulky arms, and he can still lay them flat against his side. So, give and take, right? But he's amazing. Amazing Yamaguchi. And I recommend you pick him up. He's awesome. I think he was less than $100. And anything that Figma's going to offer, I'm guessing, is probably going to be like 150, maybe $130 if they ever get to All Might.
If he's that size, he's going to be
Yeah.
well over 100.
What? How much was their Hulk? Because that would probably be the comparable figure.
Well, I don't know.
Well, however much that is probably how much they're going to charge. But for like maybe 100, less than $100, this guy's awesome. So that's my rant and ramble. Back to you, Jordan.
All right. Well, I guess we'll find out how Joe's doing. Joe.
Well, I also had not the best week, but I did spend a lot more time in my ready room this week that I normally do, which is nice. Yeah, well, I've been moving stuff around and trying to like rearrange things and make space. It's already kind of a pocket dimension in here. I'm trying to like even just like make it more of a pocket dimension, but I've decided that all of this behind me is getting torn down.
Really?
And I'm going to make a trip to IKEA sometime in the next couple weeks, and it's going to look completely different. So
you want to send those shelves to North Carolina?
I actually will probably have an extra Billy shelf that I will not be able to find a home for, and I don't know what I'm going to do with these 2 Detolfs. I don't think we should ship Detolfs.
No.
That might not work too well, but
you could always wrap them. I mean, that's the thing. If you got a moving truck and you got some heavy duty plastic wrap, put them against some put some boards.
I'll tell you what. I'll put it this way: if Dave wants to drive up here, you can have Dave. You can have a Detolf and a Billy for sure. But yeah, I'm going to do away with all this. I'm going to. There's a lot of wasted space. It doesn't look like it, but there's a lot of wasted space there. I think I can do a lot better. Billy's shelves are only like 9 inches deep, so I got a lot of room behind those shelves I can expand into. But as for what I got, I think I got all the same things.
This is not accurate. There's plenty of storage space.
Oh my God. I will say this though, our audience class has officially leveled up.
Yeah,
hey,
it has.
Lex watches every episode.
She's a liar because I've been in Matt's basement plenty of times, and there is lots of space down there. If I had that much space, I would be thrilled.
Joe's been in my basement, and he's seen tons of room to stuff stuff. So there's room to stuff things everywhere. Don't listen to her.
So many options. But yeah, I'm literally in a 10 by 10 room. That's how small this room is.
That's what mine was. I know exactly what I see your pain. That's where I came from.
Yes. So literally, I try to make use of every single square inch of wall space that I can.
But to your benefit, when you go in Joe's ready room, it's like entering a pocket dimension because the amount of stuff that he has in that room is impressive, and it doesn't feel overcrowded as long as he doesn't have boxes piled on the floor. If the floor is clear, that room feels a lot bigger than it is. True.
But I'm going to upgrade. Mainly because, too, I think that every now and again you just have to change things up when you you see the same thing all the time. You want to change things up, so that's why I'm not fresh. Yes, I'm gonna refresh. Yeah, so and I'm gonna do the what are they called, the calyx, the little square things, that are like 4 squares, 8 squares. I'm gonna get
for like soundproofing.
KALLAS.
No, the shelves. They're like a square. It's like cubes. Yeah, it's just a bunch of cubes. It's the whole of this. It's going to be cubes everywhere. Cubes.
The board has invaded.
Yes, but as for what I got all the same things Matt got, but this is different, and I wanted to be. This is the thing I want to show. This thing is really, really awesome, and it's not so much awesome because of like it has the best articulation because it doesn't. It's Mcfarland, but it has the decent Mcfarland articulation. It's just really cool looking. Now, granted, if anyone else does Stained, the Hero Killer, it'll probably be better. But because this is the only one out there and it looks so good, the sculpt on this is amazing. It's like an 11 out of 10. So, yeah, like Rebel Tech does this, that would be great. But for now, this is awesome. Not figure of the year awesome, but very awesome.
Quick question on him, Joe. And this might be like an odd question for anybody that's never watched the show, but can he lick the sword? Can he articulate where he can bend to lick the sword?
Yeah, he could. That's one thing I wish he had more of. I wish he had more swords and more knives. But yeah, I'm sure I could get his hands in a way to, and his arm. Yeah, right here. Look. That. That's pretty much there.
He can lick his own sword.
Yeah, that's important for the show. So
yes. So yeah, that's about it. But other than that, it's been a kind of crazy week.
Nightwing wants to know if you're going to get any fish for the ready room, like an aquarium.
Oh, I probably should have. Did he have a lionfish?
Ooh, they're
Is
hard
that what
to
he
take care
had?
of.
I think he did. I want to say he had a lionfish embedded in the wall. I don't know if my wife would be okay with that. That seems like that would be like a modification to the house that probably will not up its resale value.
Plus, it's a saltwater tank, and those are high maintenance.
Yeah, I think maybe I should just get like a picture of a lionfish and just stick
I
it.
actually no, you joke, but I'd actually would accept that.
I think that would work. Yeah,
A lionfish,
the
apparently,
desktop.
if you piss them off bad enough, they'll actually just starve themselves to death. They're very pissy fish. I don't know. It's very weird.
I'm not sure what the point of that would be. Like, I'm so mad, I'm gonna starve myself to death.
Well, it's
But
like
anyway,
hamsters
you
eat
know,
their own children
that'll
when
show
they're
me.
scared. Like, I'm so scared for the safety of my little hamster babies. I'm going to devoir them so they're safe. I don't understand that.
I think I can identify with that after this show.
Well, so Dave, neck injuries aside, how are you? And did you get anything cool?
I got cool stuff. Should I talk toys or should I talk house drama? Which you guys were interested in first?
Well, this is a toy show, so let's go with house.
Okay. All right. So I got the house inspection report back this week, and some simple things. All right, fix a loose tile here, floorboard there. Okay, got that go through. The day I was signing off on those things, I get a call from the realtor, and she's like, "Okay, David, I need you to sit down." So I'm like, "Okay, is the guy deciding to throw the pool table in?" She's like, "Not exactly. As you know, this place has a basement, which I'm very thrilled of getting a basement. And I'm going to start, maybe when we get close to moving time, I'm going to put a poll or something for you guys to help me pick the nickname.
Oh, I thought you were going to say stripper pole, but
yeah, you definitely thought he said poll.
No. But like Joe's got his ready room, and so I'm going to come up with a nickname for that. But I digress.
Well, you can't spell basement without semen, so just remember that.
Anyway, advice to anybody who is buying a house: if it has a basement, pay for the radon test.
Oh yeah,
I think you have to do that.
Yeah, you have to in Maryland.
Well, an acceptable level of radon is basically level 4. Okay, 4 millimeters or something, whatever it is. This place rated at 16.
Ooh.
Wow.
How these people have not died of cancer, I do not know.
It'll
Maybe
come
what does that mean
eventually.
for you?
Well, obviously they have to get that fixed because they will never get that sold if there's a radon level of 16 in the house.
Well,
How
that
does
means
one
you-
fix that?
There's actually a pump that you install that will basically suck up the radon gas and disperse it above the roof line.
I'm just thinking of like Harold and Kumar too, and like those people when they like go to the house in the sticks, and those people had like the Cyclops kid in their basement. And they like,
Yeah. Well, anyway, so we got that going on. The pool table may still be on the contract still, so we'll find out about that. But as far as toys go, I got 2 boxes in this week of stuff that I've been wanting. I did get the Mcfarland Joker, which I do like the buck, but I will say in person, I'm not the biggest fan of that face. So I will say if you do want a Joker, maybe get the Arkham one. But I mean, this does look good. It does come with has the long pistol and does come with the crowbar, which is nice. So he has different accessories. But if you already had like the White Knight Joker, that comes with this pistol. And if you have any Fortnite characters, you got the crowbar. So next, I did get also the Batman the Azrael in the Batman armor, which I never thought I would get this figure in my hand. And then of course Mafex, spoiler, is putting out something similar to this, but I'm very thrilled to get this, and again cannot wait to one day open this thing.
You could open it right now, Dave.
yeah, you could.
I could, but then I got to rebox it. And then finally, I start getting my dark metals in. I got the Batman, the Green Lantern version of the Batman, which is absolutely gorgeous live, and he does have the flight stand, and he has the little Lantern Construct, and the Murder Machine. So I'm very. I did get the shipping notice for Red Death Amazon one, even though, of course, as soon as the Red Death one from Amazon's coming out, the Walmart one is going to be coming out, and that one's probably going to have the lightning effects. So I'm going to have a whole lot of flashes and a whole lot of Red Deaths and a whole lot of McFarlane Batman stuff. And me last year was making fun of McFarlane, never saying he's going to buy anything, and now he's freaking getting all my money. That's me.
All right. Well,
and I got a figure action shirt because everyone needs one.
Oh yeah, if you wanted to get one of those, I mean, I think we pinned that in the comments, but Joe, where can people get them?
I think there's a website on the interwebs called teespring.com.org. You can search for the FAP shop. That's FAP shop. FAP shop. And I recommend getting something from the Dave collection.
Oh yeah, you get one of the fashionable face masks
or face masks. They're flying off the shelves. Teespring is emailing me constantly saying, "Please, can you just take this down? We can't keep up with all these orders." And I'm just like, I'm sorry. The people want what the people want.
Got to give the people what they want.
You got to give them what they want.
I'm surprised we have not seen these masks on the news.
Give it time.
I would.
We have a rave review right here from Sportimus. The Dave collection is the best.
Yeah, Sportimus has ordered, I think, 3 of everything.
Nightwing says I'm getting a helmet for my mask. That's right. He does have the true Dave mask.
He does have the true mask.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of Teespring, around Thanksgiving time, we will be doing a hoodie giveaway, courtesy of me. We'll be doing another giveaway video. Maybe we'll throw another little goodie in there. Digging these Jazzwares Halo figures, so we'll figure something out. So stay tuned on that. But speaking of tees, T-Man, you look like you got some cool stuff going on here. How are you?
And what did you get? Wonderful. And I didn't get both of these, but I did get Venom here. I had to give them the DPCI so they can go in the back. And it's street dated for the 7th, but the girl left the register, walked over to somebody, came back, rung it up as something, $19.99. And I was able to get it. Yay. Picked up Cliff Jumper finally from the Bumblebee movie. It's funny how he transforms reverse Bumblebee.
And they also left that one part in there that's,
not necessary.
Yeah. Hasbro normally skimps on plastic. You'd have thought they would have cut that off.
Oh, you know what? They took the little foldy thing off, but they left the connector.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like you would have think they would have like.
Are you talking about his penis?
I mean his penis, but
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
To the butt. Unless he tucks. I picked up Double Crosser here. And he is tons of fun. Figure of the year.
You don't have McAdam yet.
No.
I thought figure of the year was the Apex Legends, Wraith.
Oh, yeah. She's ultimate figure of the year. So good.
That's his figure of the decade.
Stand up, you. Come on. Also got this.
Really hope they
Yay.
Yay.
They sent it to pharmacy, and they eventually found it. The people I talked to today, it actually came in, were no help. I was just feeling like defeated. Like they're like, "Oh, it ain't in there." I don't know what to tell you. You just screwed. But the next day, the people I talked to actually looked.
Oh, damn! You had to go back a second day.
Yeah, I called them, and then I called this time. I didn't actually go there first. And they looked around, and then a half hour later, they called me back and said they found it in the pharmacy.
Did you have to speak to the manager?
I called the corporate like that day. She didn't really help. She said that they're gonna ship it back out. And I was like, but she's like, since it's a toy, they might not have it. And she didn't give me no help neither. Besides, they're gonna ask for it to be shipped back out.
Like you paid for it. It's not like you're calling to ask for inventory. It's like that's yours.
Yeah,
right.
They may not have that toy. Like it's fucking mine, bitch.
Yeah,
They never even
that's
said
me with
like
GameStop. That is me with GameStop.
they never even said like worst case scenario will refund you.
Nope.
Then like worst thing, like when they give you the package, they don't even sign you down or scan it or anything. So I'm like, wow, anybody could have came in here and said they're team man. But this guy, Rube the Great found this in Texas for me, and USPS took several days longer than they should have to get it to me.
But you got him.
Yeah.
As opposed to my Skylinks.
The second mostly black action figure on this black background. And since they can't be outdone, I got this guy today from Amazon. So we're doing this black and red theme. And who else? I found these at GameStop. I only got Leia so far, but I'm probably gonna go get Luke.
Yeah, but you're paying that GameStop tax.
Oh no, she was actually 1940 something.
Really?
It was actually under $20.
Huh.
Oh yeah, and you know why? All Star Wars collectibles right now are 15% off. That's why.
Matt, you can get your Zeb.
Screw that guy.
But she's awesome. I was like so shocked. I pulled at the helmet.
Yep.
And it comes off, and she actually has fully sculpted hair under there. I was super shocked by that because this helmet is tight, or it looks tight. And that's awesome that they could do that. And I got 2 more other toys, but I filmed the toy hunt, so y'all lucky that I even showed y'all half of it. Tune in this weekend.
We are thankful.
No.
We are so fortunate.
Tune in.
Wait. Come back to me. I put this off to the side and totally forgot. And I got these 2 people. This wonderful Wonder Woman.
Can't forget the Wonder Woman.
But I've put out 2 videos on both of these today, so I'm not going to talk about it. You can go to my channel an hour from now when you're sick of hearing us talk.
And click the videos.
Yes. Both of them. Don't just pick one.
Joe wishes Wonder Woman would do that to him.
Oh, yes. Sign me up.
Do you have any picture requests?
Kate might do that to Matt later.
I didn't say no.
One day
Jordan,
I'll meet you, and you're awesome, Kate, just so you know.
Jordan, how are you this week? Did you get anything cool?
I am doing very well. Thank you for asking. It's been kind of a long week, but it hasn't been bad. And I got a lot of cool stuff this week. I had a big shipment come in from Nate's Toys and Collectibles. Nate is actually back up and running, so be sure to check him out on the Facebook. I sound like an old person. Be sure to check him out on Facebook, Nate's Toys and Collectibles. So I'll start off with my haul from Nate. I got my KO MP44, which don't knock me for buying a KO. This is permanently going to be my battle damaged Optimus Prime. And yes, I had to do some fixes on this guy. But considering that he costs like a fifth of what the official masterpiece one is, I'm glad to have him as my battle damage movie Prime. I have the Infinite Transformation Megatron, and he's permanently battle damaged in my display of Megatrons. I have a Prime shelf and a Megatron shelf that are parallel to one another. So yes, he actually says a lot more than the official. I don't know if you can hear it.
That's such a dead statement.
Yeah, and fitting since he's going to be my dead Prime, but yeah. of course, they didn't isolate the music, so it's a little chintzy. But cool that it's there. All the Japanese voices are there, from what I can tell. It's got Chinese and English. It's got way more English than the official. He says stuff from the movie, which the official has like one line. But at any rate, I also got myself a Transform Element Mirage, or I forget what his third-party name is, but he's awesome. I believe this is the R2. I did not have to do any fixes on this. So my rule of thumb moving forward with Transform Element is wait for the second release. Definitely recommend this guy if you want a masterpiece style Mirage. And the MMC one, I love it. I have several of them, but this guy definitely outclasses it. And my favorite acquisition from Nate would have to be my Nicey. And she is awesome. It's funny that there's been so much, and again, I know we need to do and I think when we do it, it's just going to be our figures of the year and discussion about them. But it's interesting. There is so much controversy around this figure, and quite honestly, this is in my running for top 10 of the year. I'm not kidding. This is a very well balanced, well made action figure.
I'm gonna need her.
You do need her. You do need her, and it's. I know a lot of people are kind of bummed that they got rid of the RC style head, but I kind of like the fact that without it, she's her own character. I've actually got her in with my Perfect Effect figures. That's all. Yeah,
I agree with that completely, because it gives, again, you got it. She's not an RC,
and too, if there's so much controversy, like you said, that if you remove the controversy, that is a hell of a first showing for a company.
Oh, absolutely.
Given the paint quality, the
build quality is amazing.
The build quality, the materials are good.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, there's kind of a fun little thing about characters that don't adhere to any continuity is that she's not going to get replaced by a new version. You're not. She's not a placeholder on a shelf. She's her own thing.
Mm-hmm.
And Sportimus chimed in with controversy. And no, that is not the new Fans Toys. Though I am looking forward to their take on Windblade. I know we talked about how Fans Hobby kind of farted a Windblade out. But if you want a masterpiece scale Windblade, I think this company, Big Firebird Toys, has proven themselves. And when their Windblade comes out, that's going to be a contender, because it's not like Windblade has an established G1 design.
I'm curious about that other jet they've got coming out, just for the sake of a cool mecha jet.
Yeah.
You think Windblade's going to have squishy boobs?
Probably will. That'll probably be a hallmark of their designs.
I actually prefer. I prefer the stock boobs.
I agree with Joe, surprisingly.
Yeah, because the textures on the squishy boobs are squishy, but the stock boobs, the sheen, matches the rest of her paint job. So, yeah.
Well, they were anticipating probably some guy in Japan putting his own sheen on it. So.
Oh, I'm sure plenty have. Lots of customs in that one.
I just realized I grabbed the wrong blue streak.
That is not the right blue streak, but it's still a nice.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've double dipped on these Datsuns. I got the Walgreens blue streak. I didn't have the heart issues that people have been having. They had it ready for me right up front at Walgreens. Yep. I didn't have to go to pharmacy. They left it in the box. They had a drop box there. They were well aware that the sticker said customer only, do not open.
To the wrong Walgreens.
I also was able, I was able to get my Trailbreaker. I still need Sunstreaker. I don't know why he's so scarce. I don't know if he's short packed or not. I also got Venom. I found Venom at Best Buy of all places. Lex and I kind of had a date day on Saturday. We went out to really awesome pit beef place, Chaps. Pretty well known in the Baltimore area, and then said, "Hey, let's go into Best Buy and just peek around." And I walked down the toy aisle, kind of looking more so for Star Wars stuff. A friend of mine's getting Mandalorian figures and is looking for the heavy Mandalorian. And I just see like the one Marvel Legend they have on the shelf is Venom, and there were some people standing there talking. I went up and went yoink, grabbed it, and she's like, "That was a dick move."
That's one of the that's actually one of my favorite Marvel Legends this year.
Yeah, it's really good. And people can be jealous, but I found the Mandalorian, well, the Star Wars Rebels, the Mandalorian Super Commando at Walmart. I also got Ahsoka, not to be confused with Super Ahsoka. The new Ahsoka, if you have the old Ahsoka, unless you want like the Clone Wars style Ahsoka, which I did, there's really not much different at all between the old Ahsoka. I mean, there's a lot of reused parts. Even though she's younger and looks smaller, I like having the adult Ahsoka and the young Ahsoka. But there's a lot of reuse in this, and there is literally no reason Walmart is charging a premium on either of these figures. They do not come with extra accessories. They really aren't painted more than any other Star Wars Black Series figure. There's really it's just crazy for Walmart to charge a premium. You know, Walmart's normally the place that like undercuts the other retailers. You know, normally it's like they're not 1999, they're 1989 or 1998. So for them to come out with those at 25 is crazy. But what they did that is crazy is this Warthog. Why is this $25? Why is this $25? This
wait. That Warthog is scaled for the ones
this is 3 3/4.
Okay.
This whole set is $25 at Walmart. It comes with a fully articulated 3 3/4 Master Chief. He comes with the battle rifle. All of these are extra pieces. You can remove the gas cans and everything. All 4 gas cans come off.
Thank God I don't collect that scale.
This Gatling gun is articulated. I mean, this is an insane piece. There's tampagraphs, there's paint. These are rubberized wheels.
I don't need that. I don't need that.
The inside, I don't know how well you can see. They painted the dash. The steering wheel is a separate piece. This is just absolutely insane. It's like if you wanted to have one Halo piece in your collection, this is the one to get.
Isn't that 3 3/4 figure? Is that $10?
Yeah. So the 3 3/4 figure on its own is $10.
That's crazy.
So if you get this at Walmart, this Warthog is just $15. I mean, if Hasbro made this would easily be a $50-$60 piece. Right. And you know, you might say, well, if it's that cheap, it's got to be. If it's that inexpensive, it's got to feel cheap. No, this feels sturdy. This feels like the way they used to make toys. This is absolutely insane to me. Like, I thought this thing was $50, and I was like, I don't do 3 3/4. And then when I went up to Walmart and I saw it was 25, I was like messaging Dave. I was like, Dave, do you want this?
Yeah, and he was. Oh my God! It just hit me because you owe me for that one figure.
That's what I was saying. I was like, I've been trying to get you a freebie. So
I know. I'm like, son of a bitch. You know,
if you want,
I have no place for that right now. I can't even put that in storage right now.
You can put it in the storage. The box isn't that big.
No, well, that storage is filling up quick. I got more Mcfarlands on the way.
Yeah. Well, I owe you a freebie, so
I know.
Let me know.
If you see that Red Death solo figure, I'll take that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll keep an eye out. But yeah, this is awesome. This may actually be in my top 10 non-Transformers of the year. I just see that. I can see that. Yeah. And even the windshield here. This is a separate transparent piece. Like I just Jazz wears my hat off. I don't wear hats, but my hat's off to you guys because this is just a tremendous value and just a really good piece. So if you see it, get it.
I was shocked the his tank was the same price as that.
Yeah,
the his tank is smaller.
And for the reissues, they're not as good a plastic. And T-Fan page says, so the Mega Constructs are more expensive than that grenade. It comes with more little figures. Yeah, the Mega Constructs is probably more expensive. I haven't priced any of those out, but you can get the Marines. You can get Halo Marines for $10. So if you wanted to have a 3 3/4 inch fully manned Warthog, you could do it. So, and you could do it for $50.
The only thing the 3 3/4 inch that Hasbro is doing better, their figures are $3 more, but they come with a buttload of accessories, especially with Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes. They come with so many accessories for $13.
All right, you guys ready to get into some news?
Let's do this.
All right. So first and foremost, we'll get to our third-party stuff here. We'll plow through the official stuff first. But anybody that missed the Quintesson Pit of Judgment, and there's a little bit of controversy with this because I've heard from several people in the groups that their pre-orders were canceled. The people that pre-ordered later during the HasCon pre-ordering period, which
mine's on its way. Actually, I got the shipping notification for mine. So
yeah, I'm glad to hear. You finally got yours, because it took me a while to get mine, but not that long.
No, mine actually was scheduled for January, so I'm actually early. Yeah.
Wow. So these are scheduled for March, but it is cool at the end of March actually. Pre-order for this item will be available on approximately March 29th of 2021. But yeah, anybody that missed this is a really awesome set. The thing that kind of irks me is that Hasbro didn't take the Amazon approach and say to people, hey, if you still want this, would it be acceptable to move it to March? Gita Articulated Figure Review says that his Lord Draken got canceled from Pulse. So I'd heard that, and I was talking to Nate earlier, the Pit of Judgment, Draken, and Snake Supreme were getting canceled for folks. So.
Oh God, my Snake Supreme. Oh gosh, mine's scheduled for March, so hopefully
they fulfill those. So, moving on, and we've got a lot of TFCon stuff. The Generation Selects Abominus. Someone's got it. Well, I'm not sure that somebody's got it in hand per se, but we do have comparisons between it and the Power of the Primes Abominus. And this one's a past stream, but I just thought it was interesting to see that what they were doing before deco wise. I mean, it's just the difference that an extra gun and a better deco without the crappy stickers truly makes for this set.
Well, it's a whole different chest plate because he's got that side weapon.
Yeah, that's true.
He's got the bigger gun with the small pistols on there as well, and a new head sculpt.
Does it cost more?
Yes, twice as much.
Well, where's the new head sculpt, Dave? Is that just on Hunger?
Yeah, look at the face.
Well, I mean, on Hunger, it's a matter of a paint job. I mean, his face is painted pink. I think you really lose, because I just sold the original set, and
I mean, Hunger is the only one who they only made any changes to. Everyone else is pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Hunger.
Just those stickers really, I think, hurt a lot of the Power of the Primes figures.
Like, okay.
Yeah, blot. Not much difference. I mean, there's arguably less paint apps on him. Better placement, I think, but less.
Yeah. There's no difference there. No difference at all.
Ogre mode's the same. We got Ripper Snapper. And just probably the same amount of paint, but because I think that was all molded plastic.
I bet they feel crappy.
I've kind of wondered about that. I really haven't heard anybody really state what the materials feel like on.
I just where's the T-Man? I'm gonna pass on that.
Yeah,
yeah.
This Trailbreaker feels way looser than my hoist.
See, that's the thing is, I didn't think Trailbreaker felt any worse than Hoist. I thought he felt about the same because I had to pick him up.
Oh, results may vary, but mine feels looser in a lot of areas.
I'm getting you a thing of the Kiwi joint tightener or Kiki joint tightener for Christmas. That's
now the toes. That's crazy tight, but everything else is just
Mine's the same. I don't have Hoist, but he's pretty loose. He definitely is.
All right. Well, speaking of reissues or repaints, rather, Amazon kind of surprised us. We knew that we were getting a Generation Selects Barricade. This just went up for pre-order this week, and back when the Punch Counterpunch came out, I thought he was going to be a Siege preview figure. Now, it turns out we're getting him reissued for Earthrise in a Generation Selects, so he's going to be an exclusive yet again. $40 set here. We're getting, again, Barricade retooled from Smokescreen, which I don't mind. I think that's fitting.
I'm going to pass on that one.
Yeah.
Barricade's overdue for an MP figure.
I agree.
He is, but he's got to be an exclusive because there was a legitimate G1 Barricade, so...
that would have been a perfect plus figure, to be honest.
And these look good, but I'm a little disappointed by the lack of paint on these as an exclusive. Like, I would have liked to have seen Barricade with some gold rims.
Lack of paint on a Hasbro figure? Say it ain't so.
Well, lack of paint on exclusives.
A select figure, you should have a little bit extra.
Yes.
It looks like he has the same matte hood as Blue Streak.
Yeah. I like the breakup. I really like the breakup where they have like matte and gloss.
Here's the thing, though. How much was Punch Counterpunch when you first bought him?
$20.
20. Yeah.
Okay, and they're both $20 each. You know what? That's fine.
If you miss Punch Counterpunch, here you go. Which is a great figure, by the way. I mean, it is a good figure.
If you want a second one too, if you want to have one on display as Punch and you want to have one on display as Counterpunch. But my biggest problem with this set is they didn't paint the rims on Punch Counterpunch. He's supposed to have red rims.
Red rims.
Meanwhile, look at this retail release sideswipe with the painted, and then the Blue Streak with the painted.
Yeah.
Trailbreaker painted.
Zero would love to look at that sideswipe's rims, but he can't.
Sunstreaker, yeah.
Sorry.
I can't either.
All right, we got a lot of stuff on the next.
All right.
And folks.
Last on our official news, before we bite into third-party news, we have new scans of Masterpiece Starscream 2.0.
3.0.
3.0, thank you. Yeah. This one doesn't look like it has the paint issues that the last one we saw had. This looks very crisp and clean.
Can you embiggen that? Because I thought he did have it on that left skirt. I thought he had chips.
Yeah, of course I can't.
Make it dance.
Yeah, I can make it dance, but the shots here do not zoom in.
They call it 2.0. It is not 2.0.
I think it's 3. I agree.
Yeah, because the first one had those side skirts that came down that were kind of like sheaths.
Yeah. Then you had
a different number.
Yeah. Yep. It was a different number.
That car is weird.
They are very weird, especially since like I don't understand why MP49 was a numbered release and it wasn't MP44B.
Right. Anyway, but I love and I'm scared of this thing.
And cool to see there's a Gerwalk mode. I mean, intentional or not.
Well, that's an official photo there. I'm gonna go ahead and say that's intentional.
There was
it was an episode where he did that.
Yeah,
one of them did that.
There was a couple episodes where the Seekers would jump up in mid-transformation. I remember that. But I think T-Man pointed out earlier, those wings are on very small pieces of plastic.
I'm getting some vibes like I had with the Beast Wars Megatron, just the way that whole back section collapsed in his wings. And with mine, there was stress package, from the get-go, or stressed plastic from the get-go. then there's some Kingdom shots here. Nothing
Which
that
all
we
look amazing.
haven't seen before.
And I think, as T pointed out too, there's almost no way, if we could see that, if you guys can look and shake out the photos in a blown up a little bit, you can see in that top left the ab crunch. So it's got a really nice ab crunch built in. But T pointed out in our chat that there's almost no way a waist rotation can be built into that.
Yeah,
because it's the one part there where the gray is in the red hip pieces. I thought maybe that twisted, but there's a pin going through it, so that's definitely not the case. So I don't know, man. It's
T-Fan Page points out, that it is interesting how the rear tail fins hide away inside the wings. I think that is pretty cool. We were wondering where they were going to go.
Oh, the engineering's gorgeous. It's just I'm scared of it because
it's the implementation. Yeah.
How many people pre-ordered?
I did.
I have not.
I feel like paint is their biggest issue. Like, they use thin plastic to accommodate for paint, and I will say I think what they need to do is do a clear coat. You don't need to paint. Do a clear coat on molded plastic and minimize paint on joints. Because I can tell you, like, for all the faults of this thing, this is the KO. And again, I have the official MP49. I buy official first. Yeah.
Now, but this guy, you don't even have to say that because everybody's proud to own the KO.
Yeah. But I'm just gonna say that like, well, there are people that will shame you for having a KO still.
Yeah, but this is our show, so
well, yeah. I think
we
there
are other things.
There are a lot of people that say, "Oh, I wish it was painted. I wish that was painted." But I think ultimately paint can be a hindrance, and I'm a huge fan of Mastermind Creations, and I think that their finish on a lot of figures is a great substitute for paint. And I think a lot of those figures look just as good as painted figures on the shelf. And I don't mind transforming my Mastermind Creations figures back and forth. And I don't have any fear of paint chipping or paint wearing. And I think that's a problem when you have figures like this that are hyper engineered, that, you're going to have to it's going to come packaged in this plane mode. I don't know why I can't speak tonight. It's going to come packaged in jet mode, and the expectation is going to be to put it in robot mode in order to get it in your display. And I don't necessarily think that I don't necessarily think that the figure should be designed to wear down like that.
I mean, I agree, but the paint chipping, I can live with chipping paint on a figure if I'm handling it, and that's just going to be a byproduct of manipulating it. It's when you get your MP hounds that crack without looking at it the right way. Like if you look at it just slightly off center, the back cracks or the joint cracks, the material breakdown is what I hesitate with the most.
I'm just saying that we know through third party that you can get, and I'm specifically looking at the direction of Legends, and we know that you can get a successful transformation that doesn't need to be over-engineered.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
And I think if you're paying what we're paying for these figures, it should have both. It should have good paint that holds up and not break under any kind of pressure. So I don't think it's like a pick one or the other. It's, goddamn it, if this thing's almost $300, I need to have both with it.
Dave, what do you?
I mean, for me, I think when it comes to masterpiece figures, I think if I was gonna find, if you said, Dave, what is the perfect masterpiece figure? If you're gonna say grab one figure from what's left of my collection, then I would say this is the perfect masterpiece figure. It would be one of two figures. It would either be Soundwave, which I think is still too perfect in some ways, or Inferno, because Inferno was not over-engineered, not over-painted, but still pulled off a lot of beautiful ideas, looking show accurate, and it just did everything you wanted it to do without it but simply. You know, the ladder folded up in a way that made sense. The feet were not, you didn't have to slide 38 panels to get the legs and feet into the right position. You know, the arms folded up in a really nice way. He was still portioned right. He looked like the show. And I was happy. I think it was Inferno. And I know I might be in the minority about Ironhide and Ratchet because some people don't like their pouchiness. So that's why I picked Inferno specifically.
I don't know. For whatever reason, I thought you were going to say Sunstreaker.
No, Sunstreaker is actually the beginning of the downfall for me.
Really?
Because that is one of the more over-engineered figures. Having the back that turns into two different cars for no apparent reason. Having the backpack of Doom. Again, this is just my opinion here. Don't get me wrong.
Sure.
And that was also the first MP. It was a car that was over. Well, if you didn't buy it from Amazon Japan, you know that was your $90, $100 car. If you did buy it from Amazon Japan, yes, it was $80, but that was a whole different conversation for me.
You had to get in on that, yeah.
Yeah.
Inferno, you bought it for like $115, $120. You held it like this is $120. It didn't have too much accessories. It didn't have it had the oomph, it had the substance, the solid, and you didn't feel like you're gonna break it every time you mess with it.
And that's a good point too, is that I was just looking at what you said about breaking it when you mess with it and looking at the comments about the repaints on this guy. You would hope that at least the Starscream Seeker mold, they would put the extra time in. Not that they shouldn't with all of them, but we all know what's coming with this mold. That we're going to see it over and over and over.
Lambos, Datsuns, Seekers.
Right. And the Seekers especially, you're going to get how many versions of each one, how many, and then I don't know. I hope they put the extra love and care into this one that it deserves.
I don't know. On that Ab Prince picture, what I didn't like or what scared me is his waist section that's gray. You could tell that's painted on red plastic.
Right.
Yeah, you're gonna get some rub.
Yeah, that might scratch off like Optimus Prime's sections on gray sections.
For me, I am passing on this Starscream. Unless something insane thing happens, I am passing on this Starscream.
You have to get every Starscream.
T-Fan Page 101 says, will they redo the Datsuns? Yes, they
probably will.
Yeah, I think they will.
They are sleeping on money if they aren't.
I would like to see them just tackle stuff they haven't done. We still have Reflector. I mean, there's tons of Decepticons that need a figure still.
So who raised their hand that's ordering this? Because I did 1, 2, 3. I thought I saw you raising your hand. I'm shocked.
Are you talking to me?
I am shocked.
No, it's. I'll put it this way.
Yes.
It's a BBTS pre-order, which my BBTS order history is a flood of cancellation. So it's going to be a game. And so I'm using BBTS's late arrivals to my advantage because they usually get their figures 1 to 2 months after everybody else. So I'm hoping that reviews will come out and I'll get the yay or nay to cancel or keep it. That's how I'm going to play it.
All right, so let's do it this way. When does this come out? June.
Yeah,
oh God, we're all gonna forget. We're old as fuck anyway. So anyway, I'm gonna say it now. Come June, 2 out of 5 will have this in hand.
I'll tell you too. Is like I went with BBTS on that one because the prices are not that different from the Amazon release. It's like a $20 difference. So I was like, fuck that for that. And the Amazon locks in. Yeah, the prices may vary. Yeah, go check.
Amazon dropped to.
Amazon could lower, but you're locked in. At the end of this month, you're locked in. Win, lose, or draw, you got to buy that thing unless you want to go get your thumbs broken by Amazon customer service.
Yeah, but you might be locked in. But if you wanted to, you could make money off of it because you sell at the MSRP or you charge people. You charge. It's not a lot of work, especially on Facebook.
How many emails have you been to eBay selling for weeks now? Have you fielded the dumbest damn questions?
I have fielded the dumbest questions from people, but I'm just saying.
I hate eBay.
Like how tall is this figure? You said this was complete. You don't have instructions, and it's like the figure is complete.
I thought it was like action figure with instructions. Does this have instructions? Like motherfucker, it's in the description.
Every time I put something on eBay, I'll be like, "This is in great condition. There are absolutely no problems with it." And the first question I'll get is, "Are there any problems with this figure?"
Yes. Yeah, I've gotten that. It's actually it's closer to a $50 difference now on Amazon Japan. That just doesn't.
I'll live with it.
But yeah, no, I've gotten the stupidest questions. I've gotten one where like I had this guy who was in Chile, and I did buyer pay shipping, and he was like, "Is there any way you can do a flat rate on shipping? How much is shipping?" And I'm like, "I'm letting eBay handle my shipping because they do a USPS discount." Oh well, is there any way you could give me a flat rate, or can you give me a discount on shipping? I'm in PA. I'm like, eBay is calculating the shipping. I'm sorry. I'm not, because I've gotten burned on shipping before, and I've done flat rate because nothing against folks in California, but I know Nate knows the struggle of shipping this stuff to the East Coast, but it's expensive to ship from coast to coast, and I'm not going to eat costs on shipping stuff from Maryland to California. I'm sorry, you got to pay for it. I'm in this to make money. I'm trying to sell my old stuff. I'm not a charity. And that's the other thing.
I got burned shipping to Canada once.
I got burned shipping to Australia once when I stole my small scale machine robo. Guy came in, he's like, yeah, $50 cover it. And I did an estimate, and then when I actually went to the post office, it was closer to $100.
Damn. That's like this thing. I'm trying to sell this, and people are like, "Are you willing to budge on that price?" I'm like, "I'm already losing."
I'll tell you what
and I'm like, this box is huge.
My strategy has been is I measure my packages on yeah, where's the giggity? I measure my packages and I weigh them on a food scale, and I let eBay decide. And I've been setting the starting auction price at like $10-15, and I've been watching stuff skyrocket up. And I feel like when people get into bidding wars, it's less about getting a deal and it's more about their pride of winning the auction. And I've actually done pretty good selling a lot of my stuff, because the little secondhand shop that is in my area, I gave them a call. I'm not going to name them because sorry. But yeah, they were only going to give me $50 for my whole tote worth of stuff when I told them what I had. And I've done very, very well. We'll just say I've done about 20 times that so far. So yeah. Cool. Anyway, let's get into our third party stuff. Starting off with a figure that, hey, it's a thing. This is supposed to be a World War I battleship, and it's supposed to be Jetfire. They're calling it Skyburst. I like the idea they're going for here. This is kind of a leader class scale.
Yeah, leader class scale robot, but the scale in me is crying.
Yeah. I'm also kind of curious how this is going to be painted, because if this is going to be like all black, I don't think it's going to look right for a battleship, to be honest. It's cool. It's got a stand. Interestingly, it combines with, and this is the Revenge of the Fallen version of Optimus, not the Dark of the Moon one or the first movie one. So he's got like a Jetwing mode here.
Pass.
Yeah, big pass here. Yeah. Also, I think if it was World War I, he wouldn't be, crotchety.
This reminds me of an overcomplexified version of that Cyberverse gimmick where the battleship became two doors armor.
Yeah. So again, it's like we're showing a lot of, hey, we're gonna pass on this stuff tonight, but hey, we're covering it. Let's get into the stuff though from TFCon. I guess we'll start off with the interesting one, which is kind of a cash grab. They announced Make Toys is back, and I don't know that this is for sure a TF source exclusive, but they're doing Acid Swarm as opposed to Acid Storm.
You gotta love that.
Yeah, and not only that, but Make Toys is also reissuing all of their existing Seekers with blast effects, with the wing fillers pre-installed.
Now you see this, I might actually pick up. I see a waist swivel, I see an ab crunch, I see materials I trust, as long as it's not a G2 one that Zero bought, and I like the add-on, the effect pieces. That's everything I want.
My second G2 Starscream wasn't terrible.
But you get what I'm saying here.
Yeah, now I can see people jumping into these because of the price of the official masterpiece. I think this is a great alternative. Again, now that people know what they cost, this is not overly complex. This is actually an enjoyable transformation, and it's not overly painted. So I think this is a great alternative. I'm glad to see, even if it's a cash grab, I'm glad to see them doing it.
Give them, you know what? I want them to have revenue because I want them to make me more stuff.
More Headmasters. All right, so yeah, there's their release schedule. It looks like they're going to finish their cone heads as well. So whether or not they,
shock, honestly,
yeah, they should have a re-release of Dirge. I don't know if he's still relatively available, but it'll be interesting to see what their pricing on these is too. Whether they up the prices or if they keep them in and about the $100 range. So moving on, what was this? I don't recall this. Oh, this is from Kang Toys. This is
no. This is Make Toys' Cross Dimension series.
Yes, this is Cross Dimension Shockwave.
This is a heavy retool of their Cross Dimensions Megatron.
And this I'm interested in. That's going to look pretty painted up.
Which is kind of funny that they showed this, because they showed Galvatron before this, and that thing hasn't been anywhere to be. I mean, Make Toys alone has not been anywhere to be found, but they showed a Galvatron. Then they're like, "Don't worry about that. Let me show you this new figure."
How did I miss this? Great. To be fair, I was cooking chili during the panel, and
the gun mode looks just like Despotron.
Yeah, like kind of that steampunk design. Oh yeah, no, I like this.
It looks like the gun. Have you ever seen? There was a movie. It's called Existence, directed by Cronenberg, and it looks like the gun. One of the guns from that movie.
So then we get into Planet X. This is Helios, the exclusive. Big pass. Exclusive. It's cool.
It's a perfect exclusive. I didn't need it. I'm not angsty about it.
Then we get into Koas, or Chaos. I can't remember how to say it. We've talked about this one before in detail on the show. Then we get into their IDW designs. We're getting an IDW style Grimlock from them before we're even getting one from MMC. And MMC has already teased theirs, shown renders. So
I give them points.
Competition's good.
Competition's good, and Planet X has got solid quality. It might not be the same scale as theirs, though, but I'm looking forward to how that's going to look painted.
Yeah, and whether or not it's going to be over-engineered. I have their Vulcan. Their Vulcan is a great figure, but that tail was definitely over-engineered. The way it has to swing over the hips. I'm kind of curious whether or not this is going to be. It's going to use the same tooling or not. I mean, I would think similar. I mean, obviously Vulcan doesn't have the feet sticking off like this. It's more like a G1 take, but I think it's possible when they show this, it could be a heavy retool.
What I am hoping is if they're doing the Dinobots IDW style, that they do a IDW style Shockwave from that issue, because that was the Shockwave one shot. I like that design from it. Oh, Zeta. All right, Zeta.
Moving into Zeta, they have downsized Superion, or Superitron, if you want to go by their name. This is Superitron Mini, and they are doing a Legend scale. I think, has Zeta done Legend scale before?
No,
not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I mean, these look super simplified. I mean, you can see they've got like Hasbro style flip out wrists. It looks like they probably just have very basic articulation. Like everything's there, but everything you need: waist, head rotation, elbows, biceps.
But again, not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing at all. And I think, again, I know T, you, Henry, and Sony all talked about this, but I think the big thing on this is going to be price. Yeah. If this thing comes in cheap, I think it'll be.
If it's 130 or less, I'll be interested.
Next up, Nicole Kidman. Yeah, I'm going to recycle that. Guy, how about the jokes during that thing?
I watched it after it was done on double speed on mute.
you You
They
lucky
certainly
son of a
tried
bitch.
their best. That's what I'll say.
I said, Dave, it would have been like if we let you unleashed for an whole episode.
Oof. Now, if I recall, these do not transform.
Yeah, so these are kind of like third-party Flames toys. So Galvatron, Grimlock. Hey, cool. I know there's a market for that, and I know there are probably some people that are just like, I'm just gonna, have highly articulated, highly detailed action figures that don't transform. Good for you. Next up, Mega
the
Tank.
Uniforce did okay.
Yeah, they did. They weren't my cup of tea, but I know I watched Kuma Styles reviews, and they definitely do have their place among Shigoken collectors.
Mm-hmm.
So next up we have Mega Tank, and I kind of like this. I think this is supposed to be a Bumblebee movie style Megatron. It kind of, the way they have it statically posed, though, it really reminds me of a Titanium's Megatron. If you guys remember how that thing looked.
Yes. God, I hate
had him.
That was back in my
what if
thing.
they actually put Megatron in the movie like they should have. Can you enhance that?
I cannot, but I can pull up Titanium's Megatron to prove my point here.
Don't give me flashbacks.
Because here, let's look. Like that pose right there. It's not. This is leaps and bounds better. But like when I saw that pose, I was like, this reminds me of something awful. Oh, that thing.
Right. That's immediately what it reminded me of.
I look forward to learning more about this.
The face is blurred out here. And I do want to learn more about this. If this is Masterpiece scaled, or I'm kind of curious if this is going to be 3A scaled, because I know 3A probably won't do one. So it'll be interesting to see.
Well, they definitely wouldn't do one that would transform.
Moving on, Wheelblade. We talked about her already. We're getting an add-on kit for Double Evil, which I have already pre-ordered. His gun was criminally small. I like the fact that they're doing chromed eyes for him, and the chest armor definitely looks a bit better. Don't know that it actually needs to have firing bullets, but hey, as Emgo says, it's a thing. It's a thing you can do. But I'm mostly in it for the gun. The gun does integrate. Giggity. Gun integrates into the tank mode. I think it makes a better looking tank. Then they're showing off the eyes. You actually do get a IDW style damaged eye if you wanted to have him replace your Carnifex, which I don't know why you would if you're wanting an IDW style Overlord. Next up, we've got. I am so excited for this.
This looks good.
Yeah, and to plug my man Nate, he still has pre-orders for these. He's got a really good price on them. So check out Nate's Toys and Collectibles. Yeah, I'm really stoked for this. So Dave, are you actually in on this?
Not in. I can't get anything in until after I move. I can't get on anything big until after I move.
I don't think he's gonna be here until 2021. He was slated for December.
Even then, I don't know the status of my collection.
Fair enough.
I honestly, it's once I see how the collection's going. But
Stay strong.
It looks good. I mean, this has my interest. I got to see what my income adjusts after the move and all that fun stuff. That's probably the biggest thing. But I would say if I had carte blanche, this would be coming onto my shelf, no problem.
Yeah, I love the they managed to figure out ab crunch and waist swivel on a figure that effectively bumper goes into the robot legs. Mini cons can be added in. This Prime on its own just looks awesome. We saw the gray.
Are they gonna go the full shebang and then do a Jetfire and then do an Overload?
Probably.
I think they probably will.
Because I mean, I like that pose right there.
Yeah. It's a shame though that the Matrix doesn't come out. That's like probably my only like.
I thought it did.
I don't think it does
because there's a picture of their spark plug holding a Matrix.
Look. No, it's all one solid piece.
Which is, I'm fine with that. I am fine with that.
Yeah, the Matrix on that show looked weird anyway.
Yeah. This is something the toy couldn't do. The original toy.
I don't think the show did that.
I don't think the show did it, but
it's a thing.
Yeah. And yeah, the height comparison.
Does it transform automatically?
No.
Oh God.
Thank God it doesn't. Like Bolt Matrix, go back and watch his old review of it. His lit on fire. If you think I got bad luck with toys.
I never put the batteries in mine back in the day.
I used mine. It worked when it wanted
to. Next up, we got Hosehead. I did not see this coming out of anywhere.
Neither did she.
Yeah. We had that giggity on standby. Cool. He also has the headmasters can pilot the vehicle mode. I like that he's in scale with the others that they have. There's a newer picture of Go Shooter, which he should have been the TFCon exclusive. They should have just waited to release Nightbeat as a regular release and had Go Shooter as the TFCon exclusive instead of Wheelblade.
Go Shooter.
But those look good. And then, of course, we're getting into Energon Prime.
They got to impress me on this because, I mean, it's called polishing a turd here, man. I'm sorry. It was a horrible design to begin with.
I think let's just scroll back to House Vet that they made Armada Prime here.
And I mean, even then, the only reason I would buy this is in hope that they make the what's the name? Jet Saber?
Jetwing Prime, I think.
No, well, whatever.
Wing
Saber. Thank you, Wing Saber. Yeah. Because I'm sorry, this was just a horrible design to begin with. This was one of the if in my top worst Prime designs. This is probably my number one.
The core robot, from what I can tell, does not look super portly. Now he does have the very skinny legs, but I'm more like give me a Cybertron Prime. That's what I'm more interested in. I know there's one coming.
Well, you can have Cybertron. I want Galaxy Force.
Same difference.
I'm being a jerk.
Moon Studio, we know you're Zeta. Here's more pictures of their Raiden. We don't know when Masterpiece Raiden is coming. Probably after Masterpiece Starscream, they'll come out with Raiden and then let that cool off and say, "Oh, hey, here's your Seeker repaints." Looks good. I'd like to see actual pictures of the toys as opposed to renders. I know most folks don't have.
I have no attachment to Raiden. I mean, I watched Master Force. He was in Master Force, and he was there. Not Master Force, but Headmasters.
King toys. They've got more for their Predaking.
Looking pretty.
It does look pretty. I'm still waiting for the Zeta. I want a more G1 version as opposed to the stylized. But hey, I mean, everybody that has the first two releases, they're really liking them. Lemon Tree, this scale kills it. We have Purple Potato, some updated looks of him. This looks like a unpainted test shot. I probably will get Purple Potato, even if it's the wrong scale, just for this, just to have this on my shelf.
That's the main thing for it. And then you got your Bumblebee movie stuff.
Yeah, and this is all Studio Series scale.
And they're scaled. Yeah, they're scaled to themselves.
Yeah. Eggplant. They have their Starscream, which hey, that's awesome if you want a Studio Series scale Starscream ahead of time. Ironhide. These look really good. The scale just kills it for me. Now we get into the exciting stuff. X-Transbots. We get a look at their Autobot Spike. Still no idea when this is coming out, but they are. It's a thing.
Are you excited about Autobot Spike?
I'm excited.
That was one of the worst episodes of the entire series.
No,
I love that episode.
Oh God,
and it holds up.
I mean, it looks like it definitely doesn't transform. I just hope that they don't kill it with the pricing like they did for Dr. Egg.
Yeah.
Like, just release this. He doesn't need any accessories outside of maybe blast effects. Just release this. Make it a decent price.
The mind transfer thing, maybe.
Yeah.
God, I hated that episode.
Next up, we are getting a Deathsaurus from them. There are his.
What Sauruses are we getting this year?
Well, we're getting one from MMC. We'll cover that in a minute. But those are both IDW style. This is a true G1 style Deathsaurus, which I'm excited about.
This isn't Kath. I don't think this is a Sark design.
I don't think so either. It definitely doesn't look like it's in keeping with the Victory Leo, the Victory Leo that we got.
Mm-hmm.
But we just have renders here. I mean, with the full chest on there, that looks pretty good. We get this Griffin alt mode. Next up, we are getting Omnibots. Again, everything here is renders. I think it's cool they're doing these, and a lot of people aren't happy with the fact that they're doing these because, hey, they were never in the show. They were mail away. But I have fond memories of the Omnibots when I was a kid.
Why would you not be excited for that? I mean, I think it's giving love to a very underused design.
Yeah.
They need to sit down.
I just like seeing stuff that's different. And the thing that I like about these is they're not beholden to toon designs. And I guess I get a little bit tired of that because these look like they're very straightforward figures. And it looks like they're probably going to have fun transformations as a result. So
I'm actually surprised that this is coming from X-Transbots and not from Fans Hobby, to be honest, because that seems something more like Fans Hobby's niche.
It does.
Didn't they announce one of these a million years ago?
They might have teased Override.
It was Override, Camshaft, and I can't remember the third one.
Override, Camshaft. Downshift.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm usually good at this kind of trivia too. That looks guy. He was my favorite. That guy looks great.
Yeah. And like I said, like simpler engineering, these are probably going to come in a little bit cheaper. I'd love to see them hit like a $50, $60 price point. You kind of laugh, but I mean, they look like they're coming in just with like one accessory. They could do it. That could be their appeal. Like, hey,
got the import tax though nowadays. He has my favorite name, Fuzz.
Yeah, so we're getting their Defensor. We've got a Streetwise right here. This looks like it's a heavy remold of or at least reusing some of the parts from their Crack Rock.
And just
definitely the crotch.
Yeah, we don't have any other pictures of their Defensor. Just that, hey, it's happening, and I will probably start collecting these to be my combined Defensor. MMC, probably my favorite company, favorite third-party company. We get a look at their DZEF, which is their IDW-styled Deathsaurus, who I am definitely picking up for my IDW. I actually held off on the Planet X one because I saw the renders of this and I was like, this is going to be the better one to get.
Oh, absolutely. Hands down.
Also, I love the fact that it's named after their photographer, Decepticon Lenny. Shout out to him. Awesome dude. So
I know the materials are going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
I know the joints are going to be there, and it's not going to be. It's probably going to be more plastic paint. I mean, it's going to be more colored plastic than paint, which means that I can mess the fuck with this thing.
Absolutely. Yeah, I dig everything about this. I can't wait to see more of it.
I actually would get this over the Jesus.
What was that?
The squeak, that was Nicey's shoulder. I'm about to fix that.
Vexo Promenon, A3U, please ship mine.
Joe R should be here tomorrow.
Oh,
you got Toy Jojo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got full FOMO on me. I have missed out. I'm fearing my missing out.
Email Eddie.
Oh, wait a minute. Dave, is there any do you have like a plate of crow that you would like to eat live on the
Absolutely, dude. Give me the garlic. Back it up. Back it up.
That
right
is
there.
sort of like a crow. It is very black.
I was sitting here fighting this thing tooth and nail. I'm going on the record. That is Onyx Prime. That is Onyx Prime. There is not a Batman. You guys, why are you guys calling it Batman? Son of a. Then that yellow belt. I'm like, son of a gun.
What killed me was during this panel, and they were like, "Oh, it'd be great if we had a Joker deco." And I'm willing to bet that they're going to save that drift. That it's going to be redone.
That drift, I heard, was a custom.
Is it a custom?
That drift on Dame Chalk said it was a custom.
No.
Still, would be a good idea.
It would be a good idea, and
Yeah.
if a certain person listened to our degree of using the feet to become the Joker smile and stuff like that, that'd be absolutely awesome. But yeah,
could always.
As I said, I'm eating crow here. I am admitting I am 100% wrong. I was being a jerk about it, and you boys were right. And I am completely regretting not buying this. There we go. Can I get any? I mean, it's a Batarang. When I saw that yellow belt and then the freaking wired cape, it's like, son of a bitch.
No pictures of the cape in the shots. Tortor, he should be hitting any day now. Waiting on him.
You're gonna love him, you know it.
I know I'm gonna love him. I mean, that's the last piece I need to complete my DJD set.
It's gonna be huge.
Yeah, and Moore's the Helix. That is a huge figure on his own. So very excited for him to drop. Then of course we've got Is it Matt? Correct me on this one. The third party name is Nemeno.
No, I think the N is silent. No, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we got a third party Chrome Dome. We've seen him.
Yeah. This guy I want to get so badly, but I think he's overpriced, and I don't like the color contrast on his face.
I don't like the colors, period. It looks hideous.
I think he's going to look better in person. I think the problem is that they shot all this on a stark white background.
Fingers crossed.
And I'm kind of glad they didn't really go into much detail with Rewind's alt mode because it really didn't matter. Like make the robot mode look like they're a raccoon getting into trash.
It sounds like a raccoon getting into trash.
Make the robot mode look good, and nobody really gives a shit about his data mode, his data stick mode. But that something about we go back and look at go back and look at the pictures of Chrome Dome and IDW. Like his face, something's not right in my eyes from his face.
I think it's the eyes.
I think it's the color contrast between his face mask and his helmet. I thought it was deeper than that. I thought there was more brown to it.
Yeah.
Either way, I love the alt mode for Chrome Dome. I love the way that looks. That if I cave on that thing, it's because that alt mode looks really cool.
All right. Next up, Exodus, their getaway. We've covered this before. I thought this was going to be exclusive. Nope, it's a regular release.
He looks great.
Optus Pexus, which they're heavily articulated. Optimus, they show off the the new face sculpt in greater detail here. Looks great. We've covered the articulation on this thing. Looks amazing.
I love it. I love it.
Can actually reach into his chest and pull out his own matrix, which not too many primes can outside of MP44. This is a must-buy for me. Some new. I don't think that picture has ever been really shown before, and really it looks like he's using the same hands as the Astrobots.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is going to be a treat to pose.
Server confirmed.
And the alt mode is a thing.
The alt mode is a thing. I mean, we've seen it before. It's kind of a, and again, it's kind of a Cybertronian space truck. You're getting what you're getting.
But that's not why you're buying it.
Exactly. The star of the show is it's a heavily articulated Optimus. Then the big one is Yeah.
This is my reveal of the show.
Yep.
How much crap does he need?
Well, his alt mode is a thing. I mean, he was classified as decorative.
Yeah.
Even comes with mini ships. Like this thing is a love letter to anybody that's read the Lost Light series and more than meets the eye. This is a love letter to you.
Isn't he? I thought he was just a forgettable character.
No, he's far from it.
That's a joke.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Matt.
So
this is why I like Matt.
What I don't know is does the, and maybe I'm not looking at it right, does the scooter combine with him into alt mode, or is that a separate piece altogether?
I can't tell. It looks like maybe, but maybe not.
Not sure. Can you go to the page, the picture with all the accessories too, while you're flipping? Okay. So where is that little board that pops out that he was typing on?
Must be his chest.
Yeah.
You think it's built into the robot?
More than likely.
Let's go back to that picture.
And he's got all the alternate heads and hands and
Yeah, that.
Yeah, it's coming from his back.
Okay. The posability and playability on this guy is going to be off the.
It's just like it's everything though that I can't that I don't like with Masterpiece. It's just too much stuff. I'm gonna be looking at it. It's like, what do I do?
Change his face every day.
Yeah, that's definitely a must buy for me. Next up, Clear Ravage. As an exclusive, I picked one up. Not much to say about it. Then we have the Ocular Max Unlimited series coming out, which we're getting a Stellaris Promenade, which is their Galaxy Convoy. This looks really good. Really, really good.
I'm actually surprised. I mean, I think we saw this at the TFCon that we went to, at least a prototype.
Yeah, resin version.
But Joe, when you look at this guy, I'm almost surprised TFC didn't make him on top of that. Their Sergeant Commander body. Like when I look at those guns on the shoulders and stuff.
It seems like something that, it would be easy for them to do.
Exactly. I'm actually.
Yeah.
I think it would been a pleasant surprise of again doing two cool.
Trust me, we have not seen the last of what TFC is going to do with that.
No, we have not.
So you may very well get something like this.
These pictures here, they don't even look like photography. They look like box art,
which is awesome.
I would guess, given how painted this is, that we're going to be seeing this very, very soon. Probably their first release of the new year, if I had to guess. Transformation looks really simple, as it should be.
It's like they looked at it and they saw the Armada Prime coming out and they saw the TFC Commander. It's like, I wish we could have done both of them. Why can't we?
Then we get into their
no connection.
Perfection series. They are also doing a Defensor. We get a look at First Aid. We get a look at Blades. Hotspot. We got Streetwise and Groove. They don't look like they're as far along. That's why they blur them. Like you can't see any refined details on there. All renders, and then a render of their Defensor.
It's gonna be cool, except my only problem is I've always found Defensor being such a boring character, boring thing.
Did anyone else find it odd that they blurred out several robots and then the animation had them totally unblurred, like full CAD models?
But they didn't transform though. If you look at it again,
no, but still, don't correct me.
I just always found this was freaking boring.
Well,
I mean,
First Aid thought he was boring too because he left.
To be fair, though, aren't all, maybe with the exception of Computron, aren't all of the Autobot combiners kind of boring? I mean,
yes, that's why I've never liked any of them.
Yeah,
to be honest. No Superion. I like Superion. No Superion. I like.
Like Superion is just kind of a. I don't want to say he's as much of a boring character as he's very two-dimensional. I mean, again, this is all subjective here. But like Defensor, yeah, he's very bland. I like him because like I had him when I was a kid. I thought Computron was the most interesting one. I mean, of course, his creation was probably one of the most unorthodox in all of G1. I mean, Grimlock gets a new brain and makes him, and transfers intelligence over.
Yeah, but I mean, in general, as you said, the Autobot combiners are, meh. I've never been a fan of most of them.
Yeah, that wraps it up for the TFCon stuff.
And who wasn't there?
Us.
And fans' toys.
I guess let's talk about that real quick, because it's like a lot of people are dooming and glooming fans' toys.
This would have been their moment.
Well,
there was no Legends companies there either, by the way.
Yeah, there are no Legends companies. And look back to February, all the stuff that Fans Toys revealed. They teased Jazz. They teased Mirage. They teased Brawn. Or not Brawn. They showed off Brawn. They teased Huffer. There was a lot of stuff that Fans Toys showed on the horizon. Acoustic Wave is still happening. Now, Fans Toys did come under scrutiny earlier I guess in the late part of the summer when Wei Zhang got identified. They were kind of shown off as, hey, here's companies that are committing intellectual property theft, and whether we like to admit it or not, third party, while it's not knockoffs, it's still IP theft.
Some, yeah.
No, I mean 99% of all third party releases are IP theft.
True.
Not
So
nice.
what do you think they're laying low?
I think they're laying low for a little bit. I mean,
they did show a lot of shit last time, so
I think
maybe there was nothing new to show.
I think Zeta has a big target on their back because of what they tried to do with Unicron, and then they announced their ride, and then the Takara comes out and says, "Oh, we're going to do a ride. We're going to do the Raiden project." Now, after Zeta stopped being cocky and made what studios sell to release their Unicron. The thing about Zeta is that they're less of a brand than Fans Toys, but they were on Fans Toys' radar. God, this year feels like 5 years long. Mm-hmm. But there was an interview, I think, late 2019, where Fans Toys said Zeta was their biggest competition. You guys remember that?
Mm-mm.
I can't say I do.
Nope.
I vaguely remember hearing that.
But yeah, and
I always thought that Toy World and Zeta were the ones that went back, that were head to head.
I mean, Zeta splintered off from Toy World, but like it or not, Zeta makes some of the best combiners. Toy World has Devastator under the belt, but I really think that Bruticus and Superion as combined figures are really well done.
Cool.
I mean, I don't know if so much that maybe they are laying low, but like you had said, they have so many releases coming out, and then
right.
Stuff that's the you said Acoustic Wave, but then they have some reissues coming out next.
Right.
Plus they're finishing off some combiner teams. Plus they've got their Trailbreaker coming out. I think they're just and the thing about Fans Toys here this year, this year of all years, this year has sucked more than a year has ever sucked, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Fans Toys has been very regular with their releases in a time that's been tumultuous for everybody else. It's almost been a monthly release up until this last month.
Yep.
It's been, I think you could go back each month and track a Fans Toys release, even if it's a reissue. They've had a few reissue months, but still. Because like I said, they've had their combiner teams. They've had Beachcomber, Braun, Thomas.
This would have been a great time to even just throw a colored render or a resin prototype of, Cerebros or.
I appreciate. I'd rather not though. I don't like CAD renders. I want to see it. If I'm gonna, it's gonna be revealed to me. I want to see a thing that's there and even if it's a prototype's fine.
A resin prototype. I wanted to see a resin prototype.
But when you have these companies that are revealing things so far out that are just here's a vague idea of kind of a thing that we're doing.
Oh shit! That's why the figure action. That's the figure action job for next year. We're just gonna send them a render.
Right. And then it's like Big Firebird Toys, they released their it was like a dark shot of their Windblade. They've already come out and said that that's been redesigned so much that original release doesn't resemble the final figure. So that's kind of what you get in trouble with. If you were going to go back and make tweaks on something, I'd rather just see what you're going to offer me, not give me an idea of something to, maybe fall in love with that then gets changed down the road.
Yeah, that's a good question. What do you like? How early is the right time to show something off?
I think competition too is a big problem. So it's like if you show it off, that's like one of the things I've noticed with third party is that one company will say, "Hey, we've got this coming," and then two others come out. Oh, here's our Trailbreaker. Here's our Mirage. Here's our Jazz.
We've seen stuff that have been teased that are 2 years plus.
I think
we're not out
yet.
Though
we do that. We do see those. Like going to my eBay sales, right? You got to wonder like how much these companies get hounded with dumb questions and people demanding things come out. And it's the interesting thing about third party is it's an international market. It's not just China. You have collectors in Japan, in America, Canada, South America, lots in Europe. And they're probably getting bombarded with all these questions as far as like when things are coming out, and they probably are airing on like we used to do the teases because we needed the hype, and now I don't think I'm in the minority of masterpiece collectors whose third-party collections outweigh the official.
Sure.
To answer Joe's question, I'd rather just have 3 months notice of something.
I would too. I mean,
yeah.
Now you say that though, but like, let's take for example the Optimus Prime that MMC is coming out with. Their Optimus Pesto. Yeah, their Optimus Pesto. They got the fan reaction to the face and were able to change it well enough in advance. Yeah. Now that doesn't happen a whole lot with third party, but they were able to take feedback early enough on and change the final figure to resemble that feedback.
So there's that MMC has is that they're doing niche. G1 isn't niche. G1's mainstream. They're at the Bane. Like they could do like whatever sort of Optimus Prime they wanted, and people would like it just because, hey, it's got the articulation, it's got the and MMC is all chug scale as well.
But still, the statement stands no matter what it is. That do you want to see it in enough time where they could take your feedback and still have to wait a long time, or would you, like T said, 3 months and the shit is out?
Because the bane that we have with masterpiece third party is sometimes you got to wait for second releases.
Agreed. Agreed.
People have FOMO. It's like, look at Fans Toys Thomas. I still don't have mine yet. I'm lucky to be getting one. The guy that I used to do business with before Nate kind of left me in the dark when he changed his pre-order policy. And a lot of people just aren't getting that figure. Like Fans Toys is kind of in this spot now where they know the demand is high, and they know that that they can control the demand in a way. And I also kind of wonder how much Fans Toys is kind of creating these artificial demands.
A lot.
Yeah, that's certainly a conversation to have, whether or not that's... But do they have to? I mean, again, I'm not a business guy, but I'm thinking like Fans Toys above all others, like they're the ones that are the most sought after. Is that because they're creating artificial demand, or is it because they're actually good enough to sell their product?
Does Hasbro have to do it? I can't go into any store other than GameStop right now and find G.I. Joe.
Yeah, I don't think. Again, I can't blame Hasbro for that because I don't know how much the pandemic has affected that.
Does this need to be a super limited figure? That's a really awesome design that a lot of people, including kids, would have fun with. I know a lot of kids.
That's not them creating demand, though. That's because they signed a deal with a very shitty, retailer.
That's the problem. Is you can make the argument that like Walmart shouldn't be a shitty distributor, but they are.
Well, they shouldn't be, but if they hand a lot of money and say, "Hi, can we do this?" Hasbro's going to be like, "Can we take is your check clearing? Fine.
Right? Can we buy you dinner?"
Yeah. I mean, that's what Hasbro too is like. We can't find those now, but then in a couple of months, like bam, they're going to be piled up somewhere for cheap.
I mean, I can say like that Black Widow that was difficult to find. I found that on an end cap.
Right.
I picked one up for no effort randomness, and
I think it's just the pandemic, and in a couple months we'll be able to find all this stuff we've been worrying about.
Well, and of course, like I always say, they're understaffed. These stuff are in the back room, and they've got groceries to put out right now.
well, not all of them. No, like Target, like the one Target I deal with doesn't have a dedicated grocery section. I mean, they have like prepackaged goods, but
Well, the Target gets like a case, and then that case is gone, and they're like, we need to get another case.
my problem with Target is that people, especially like the pop community, people make friends, and I don't collect pops, but I see it all the time when they make friends with somebody in electronics, and those people look out for one another, and it happens with GI Joes, and then of course people can also hide stuff. There's other problems. We should have a whole thing like where we talk about
the great. You find a freaking you literally find Christ's holy grail under a end cap.
I do want to say, like, I cannot wait, and I don't care who hates this comment. I can't wait for the pop market to explode. To basically go the way of Beanie Babies.
I can't believe it hasn't yet. You're right, but I expected that 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah,
It's gonna be. It's coming.
It's gonna happen, and you're gonna see a lot of posts on the syndicate where people are like, "Collecting is so stupid. I should have never wasted so much time and energy and money into it." And I cannot wait for that day.
Well, until that day, we still collect and we still talk about it every week.
Well, we enjoy it. If we
week.
wanted to invest, we wouldn't have bought figures. We would have bought gold
Or
Stonks.
stonks. All right. I'm going to condense, just for the sake of time. We got some non-Transformer stuff to look at real quick.
You got more stuff?
Just a few more things. I'm going to condense it down to 3. One of 3. We're going to do 3 because I know there's one. The next 2 you're definitely going to want to look at too. We saw this reveal, but we didn't see the detail. The Figma standalone complex major figure. This is looking pretty good.
Cool.
This thing does look good. I will say I started the show. I'm 2 episodes in. I haven't felt the draw to go back and finish it. It's not bad, but I need to give some time to it.
That CGI is so bland.
That is part of the problem. Hopefully the story picks up. I like the designs. That's kind of why I wanted to talk about this for a minute, was because I really like this look for the major. I just need to get my head wrapped around the show.
There was one episode where they were fighting this group of cyborgs that had like makeshift shotguns in their arms, and they would like, instead of shooting bullets, they shot rolls of coins.
That makes sense.
That's interesting.
Did you say that makes sense? That
makes sense.
Well, it was completely undetectable. That's why they did it. They would have like rolls of quarters or pennies or whatever. I guess not. It's Japan, so it wouldn't be quarters or pennies.
They'd be screwed nowadays because of the coin shortage.
Hey, this is the future we're talking about.
The fact that this figure, and that's kind of what I like about some Figma releases, is they do go above and beyond like this with it's not a removable jacket, it's a swappable chest piece, but that makes all the difference in the world between the looks of this figure. And that jacket's pretty fucking stunning looking myself.
Yes. I found out today. I was today years old when I found out that jacket comes off.
Was that live just now?
No, not just now. It was earlier today. I was like, huh?
Damn.
Now if they now the major's cool, but if they do one of oh god, what's his name?
Otto.
Huh?
Otto.
Yeah, the big dude. Especially if he has a shotgun arm.
He does have a Figma coming out.
Yeah.
I don't recall him having a shotgun arm though.
Standalone the second movie he did.
Yeah.
Do you know that, Dave? That they already announced the pre-order for him?
Okay, no, I did not.
Well,
we got a dick in a box. I'm not gonna
talk about him.
Can you do what?
That's what we talked about him before.
We did. This is the packaging for him, though.
I think he needs more articulation for a person that does aerobics.
Maybe. I think he could use a second pair of hands too. But hey, Be prepared to see this on store shelves very soon. And we're not going to go into the Mando Monday stuff. I think anybody that's following Star Wars has seen that. The face sculpt on the new Beskar armor Mandalorian is hideous.
Oh yeah,
it's like he found the CC's Pizza down the road.
Yeah, stung by a bunch of bees. I do want to talk about this real quick. Marvel Legends Retro Collection Cyborg Spider-Man. Now, this was never... there is a Cyborg Spider-Man in the comics. I think that's when he teamed up with Deathlock.
This is actually from the Spider Wars series that came out years ago.
This looks like Silver Samurai's arm. Everybody's trying to figure out what arm it is. That's definitely his shoulder armor.
I don't like it.
I like it, but I think it's going to be on clearance. I think this will probably be one like that.
I don't need it.
Yeah.
Like I can't even think of a reason I'd want to photograph that thing.
Hey, it's a Target exclusive that has every right to be an exclusive.
Yeah, I'll give it that.
Unless you wanted it, and then
let's just look at this real quick. We don't have to look at any of the vintage collection stuff. I will say the speeder bike. I pre-ordered it.
Yep, the most hated stormtrooper in all the galaxy.
You can punch the child in the bag.
They added him to make it $10 more.
You can get you can recreate your favorite scenes from The Hangover.
DeLorean Hangover.
With El Nino. Still don't have a 6-inch Moff Gideon.
I need
the Razor Crest here. And yeah, we'll just go over the deluxe version of the Beskar armor. This was a Target exclusive.
I failed to get it.
Nobody told me it was up, and I.
This is the vintage collection one you're showing.
Is it?
It says the vintage collection.
Remember, it went up at 4 p.m. Eastern, and it was sold up at 4 p.m. and 28 seconds Eastern. That's when it was sold out.
That's really good for a vintage collection.
Yeah, it is vintage collection because it says vintage collection.
They look awesome.
I thought this was the 6-inch.
Now, I wouldn't mind if they actually did a TIE fighter that did the
here we go
folding wings. That would have been pretty freaking badass.
Because the 6-inch collection here comes with the carrier, what's it called, a pram something?
Yeah.
Removable helmet, like we were saying. It comes with the fob. And it comes with Imperial credits. Not Imperial credits. I mean,
Beskar.
Beskar, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they were Imperial credits when I first saw it. But that baby looks like the child looks like it's static. It's not the same Black Series release.
I just want to know who approved that head sculpt. It's like they forgot to carve away some of the flashing.
Yeah, it's a terrible head sculpt. I mostly wanted because I think this looks a little bit better painted.
I will also give myself a little pat on the back because I called that once the Armorer came out with the helmet. His helmet, I'm like, hey, look, a removable helmet. I'll bet we're going to get an unmasked version soon. So
yeah,
I was right. It's one time.
Did anyone successfully order this?
No.
I didn't care to.
I would have liked it if the jetpack was painted, like that they put a couple silver paint accents on it. But yeah, I would have liked to have gotten it, but it was a Target exclusive. Sold out in before I could see it because on the stream what they said it was going to go up at 3, and it ended up being 4.
I was driving, so I didn't realize.
I lost interest due to the fact that I just got the Beskar, and I have the child, and I bought a whole separate pod thingy. And that face isn't all that spectacular. He's not supposed to show his face.
They'll do better. That's the thing. This is not the last time we're going to see that one.
I wanted the accessories more than anything else.
And he just wanted the catering tray.
You'll find it.
Oh, he found it.
All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for tonight's episode. So, As always, if you want to see where we're at, you can do so by checking the show description. We've got all of our where you're at links in the show details. Links to the Fab Shop. Again, if you like what we did, hit that like button. No, Kielbasa, slam that like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Ring that notification bell. And I think that's going to do it for tonight's episode. We will see you all next week. Thanks to everybody for hanging out with us in the chat tonight. It's been a great time, and hope everybody has a great weekend. Peace out.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Yeah, be safe.
Set your clocks forward.
If
we didn't remind you, you had forgotten.
Exactly.